Now let's proceed further to WAEC 2024 objective question 41. The question says two opposite sides of a rectangle are 5x plus 3 meters and 2x plus 9 meters. So we have a rectangle and what remain opposite sides. So we are saying these two sides are opposite of each other. Okay, and likewise these two sides are opposite of each other. So from the question, they said that two opposite sides. So we are saying this side is 5x plus 3, and similarly the opposite side corresponding to it is 2x plus 9. The unit is meters. And we're given that the adjacent side, that is the other side, we can change this to a red, has a length of 6x, okay, minus 7 meters. We should find in meters squared the area of the rectangle. Of course, we know the formula for area will be length multiplied by the width. So now, how do we find the value of x? Because we have to know the value of x, so that we'll substitute it in the length and also in the width. Now, the two opposite sides are equal because opposite sides in a rectangle are equal. So we can say it's opposite sides in a rectangle are equal. So in view of this, 5x plus 3 is equals to 2x minus 9. 2x plus 9. So with this, we can factorize or collect like terms and bring x to each other. So we have 5x minus 2x is equals to 9 minus 3. So with this, we have 3x is equals to 6. X is equals to 6 over 3. And we'll have x to be equals to 2. So this will be our length. This will also be our length, and this will be our width. So we can evaluate our length now. Okay, so the length will be equals to, let's begin with this, 2x plus 9. So wherever we see x, we substitute the value of 2. So 2 into 2 plus 9. And that's 4 plus 9, which is equals to 13 meters. Similarly, we can use this, which is 5x plus 3. We'll arrive at the same answer. L is equals to 5x plus 3. Wherever we see x, we substitute the value of 2. And we'll have 10. This is 5. 10 plus 3, which is 13 meters. So we have the length to be 13 meters. And the width is 6x minus 7. So the width is 6x minus 7. The unit is meter. So wherever we see x, we substitute the value of 2. And this will result into 12 minus 7, which is 5 meters. So the question says we should evaluate the area of the rectangle. And as we can see now, we have that the length is equals to 13 meters and the width is equals to 5 meters. So according to the formula of area of rectangle, the area is going to give us length multiplied by width. So applying the length to be 13 meters, the width to be 5 meters, and this will give us 65 meters squared, which is equivalent to option B. Now, WAEC 2024 objective question 42. The question says a die is tossed once. Find the probability of getting a prime number. So what are the possible values we have in a die? So since we know that a die has 6 faces, like a cube, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4, 5, and 6. Now, if it is tossed 1, so these are the possible outcomes that we have. So let's call it possible outcomes. Possible outcomes. Okay, now out of those possible outcomes, we are asked to find the probability of getting a prime number. If we look at 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4, 5, and 6, the prime numbers are 1, 3, and 5. So this is a prime number, and also a prime number. So now we know that the total number of possible outcomes is 6. What is the number of prime number? Prime number is equals to 3. Total number of outcomes, number of possible outcomes, is equals to 6, because we are counting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Definitely the probability of prime number is equals to the number of prime, 3, divided by the total number of possible outcomes, 6. So 3 over 6 will be simplified further to give 1 over 2, and this is option A. Now we're moving on to Wassce 2024 objective question number 43. The question says the area of a sector of a circle with radius 7 centimeters is 51.3 centimeters squared. We should correct to the nearest whole number the angle of the sector. So let's draw the sector with a diagram. So we have a sector in a circle with angle theta. The radius of the sector is 7 centimeters and the area of the sector is 51.3 centimeters squared. We are asked to find the angle of the sector, theta. So how do we proceed on this? Let's write out the formulas involved in sector. The first formula involves the area of a sector. So the area of the sector is equals to theta over 360 degrees multiplied by pi r squared. Similarly, when we have a sector, we will have the length of the sector. Let's call that length L. So if you have length L, that's length of an arc. So the length of an arc, according to this, we have to chip it in. That's theta will be over 360 multiplied by 2 pi r. But we are dealing with the area of sector, so let's focus on that. Now, area of the sector, we are looking for theta now. So the area is equals to theta over 360 degrees multiplied by pi r squared. We are looking for theta. We're given that the area is 51.3. Theta we're looking for, we are taking pi to be 22 over 7, and we have the radius is 7 centimeters. That's 7 multiplied by 7. So when we simplify this all together, we will have that theta, we cross multiply and make theta submit the formula. We'll have that theta is equals to 51.3 multiplied by 360 multiplied by 7 divided by 22 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 7. And then simplifying this using our calculator, we'll have our angle theta to be equals to 119.82 degrees, and this will be approximately 120 degrees because the question says we should correct to the nearest whole number. So with this, we have theta to be equals to 120 degrees, equivalent to option B. So we see we drew the diagram first, and from the diagram we need the formula to apply. From the formula to apply, we evaluated what we need to evaluate. Wassce 2024 objective question 44. The question reads thus: a cliff on the bank of a river is 87 meters high. A boat on the river is 22 meters away from the foot of the cliff. Calculate correct to the nearest degree the angle of depression of the boat from the top of the cliff. So this is a question on angle of elevation and depression, and we have discussed on this while we were treating trigonometry. So reach out and visit the YouTube platform on this for more understanding. So let's solve this now. We have a cliff on the bank of river. So let's call this the bank of river. Okay, we have a cliff here. I will call this cliff. The cliff is 87 meters high. The boat on the river is 22 meters away from the foot of the cliff. So let's say we have a boat here, BOAT boat. The boat is 22 meters away from the foot of the cliff. So we call this 22 meters. Okay. 22 meters. I'm moving on. Calculate correct to the nearest degree the angle of depression of the boat from the top of the cliff. So we are looking for the angle of depression. This is the line of visual, and the angle of depression will be this angle, theta. So in view of that now, we have to look for theta, which is the angle of depression. And similarly, angle theta here is the same thing as this angle theta here because of alternate angle. So we can redraw this diagram to make it look very understandable. So we have theta 22 meters and 87 meters. And remember, in angle of elevation and depression, it's always at right angle degrees. So now to evaluate this now, we have to look at SOHCAHTOA. Okay, SOHCAHTOA. We have used it quite a number of times in this series, where sine is opposite over hypotenuse, cos is adjacent over hypotenuse, and tan is opposite over adjacent. So looking at theta now, 87 is the opposite and 22 meters is the adjacent. So therefore we are looking for opposite and adjacent, which will be equivalent to tan. So we are saying tan theta is equals to opposite divided by adjacent. So tan theta is opposite 87 divided by adjacent 22. So when we simplify this, we'll have that tan theta is equals to 3.9545. And with this, we can evaluate theta by using inverse trigonometric functions of arctan 3.9545. You can use our calculator for this, and this will result that theta is equals to 75.81 degrees. Now if you look at the question, calculate to the nearest degree. So to the nearest degree now, theta is approximately 76 degrees. So which is option A. So understand the cliff, the river bank, and the angle of depression. And we have theta to be equal to 76 degrees. Now let's solve question 45 of WAEC 2024 objective section. We are given a diagram, and in the diagram TU, okay, I'm just saying TU here, is a tangent to the circle SPQR at point P. Now in view of that, it was given that angle PTS, that is this angle, is 44 degrees, and angle SQP is 35 degrees, and we are asked to evaluate angle TPS. So we are looking for this angle X. Now the question is, how do we even get this angle? because of course we understand that the angle at between the angle UPR, let us use symbol now. Angle UPR is equals to 90 degrees. So angle UPR is equals to 90 degrees, because this is the relationship between a radius or a diameter of a circle with a tangent. So let's just write it out and say tangent, okay, meets radius slash diameter at 90 degrees. So the question now is, if you want to evaluate the value of x, maybe we need to evaluate this angle, so that we will just apply the sum of angles in a straight line to get the value of x. Now, can we actually get this angle? If we want to get this angle, how do we go about it? We have a cyclic quadrilateral and we do not have any other angle in it except angle 35 degrees. Now, if you look closely to angle 35 degrees, angle 35 degrees is in a quadrant, is in a segment on its own, and this is also another segment of angle 35 degrees. So we are saying that 35 degrees of angle PQS that we have here is equivalent to 35 degrees of angle PST or TSP, which is equals to 35 degrees. So with this now, we can evaluate the value of angle X. So when we consider the sum of angles in a triangle, where we say 44 degrees plus 35 degrees plus X is equals to 180 degrees. So we are considering, okay, considering triangle S or TSP. So we are saying 44 degrees. Okay, please let us note that the reason for this is alternate segments, principle of alternate segments. Now, going back, we have 44 degrees plus 35 degrees, and we have plus X to be equals to 180 degrees. What is the reason for this? The sum of angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. So in view of this, 44 degrees plus 35 degrees is equals to 79 degrees, plus X is equals to 180 degrees. So we have X to be equals to 180 degrees minus 79 degrees. So with this, we can evaluate the value of X to be equals to 101 degrees. And we know that X, okay, is TPS, which is the angle we are asked to look for. Angle TPS is equals to X 101 degrees, which is equivalent to option A. And now let's proceed on to WAEC 2024 objective question 46. We have the question that says the probability that Amaka will pass an examination is 3/7 and that Bala will pass is 4/9. Find the probability that both will pass the examination. So we have two events. So we call event A, that says that Amaka will pass the examination, and event B that says Bala will pass. So the probability of A happening, that means the probability of that Amaka will pass, is equals to 3/7, and the probability of B happening, that's the probability that Bala will pass, is equals to 4/9. Now we are looking for the probability that both Amaka and Bala will pass. Now let's go back to the two formulas involved in probability. So we have the P of A and B, and likewise we have the probability of A or B. So this means the two must happen. So this one is A or B, means either one of the two will happen. So this means that the probability of A and B is equal to the probability of A multiplied by the probability of B. This will was explained well in statistics classes. So here will be probability of A plus the probability of B. Now if they ask us that probability that Amaka will pass or Bala will pass, we are going to apply this formula. But the question says find the probability that both, that means both Amaka and Bala will pass. So it will be probability of A and B. So applying that formula, that's probability of both Amaka and Bala passing the examination will be probability of A, which is 3/7, multiplied by the probability of B, which is 4/9. So simplifying further, this will result into 1/7 multiplied by 4/3, and this will be equals to 4/21, which is equivalent to option B. Now let's proceed on to question number 47. The question says which of the following points lies on the line? The equation of the line is 3x minus 8y is equals to 11. So we have 4 points. We have option A 1,1, option B 1, -1, option C -1, -1, and option D -1, -1. So to solve this now, we just have to make our substitution of when x is equals to 0 is equals to 1, and also when x is equals to -1, because those are the two options that we have. X is equals to 1 is revealing itself in option A and B, and x is equals to -1 is in option C and D. So now let's make the substitution and evaluate the value of y in each case, and the answer we'll use to decide the correct option. So with this, when x is equals to 1, so wherever we see x, we put between 1. So 3x, or let's first write the equation out. So we'll have 3x minus 8y is equals to 11. Minus 8y is equals to 11. So wherever we see x, we put 1. So with this, we'll evaluate our value of y. So this becomes 3 minus 8y is equals to 11. So with this, we have minus 8y is equals to 11 minus 3. So with respect to that, we have minus 8y is equals to 8, and y will be equals to 8 divided by minus 8, and y is equals to what? -1. So when x is equals to 1, y is equals to -1. So we can simply write this point as 1, -1. Similarly, when x is equals to -1, we'll write the equation of 3x minus 8y is equals to 11. So wherever we see x, we substitute -1, and this will become -3 minus 8y is equals to 11. So we have minus 8y is equals to 11 plus 3. 11 plus 3 is equals to 14. So therefore y is equals to 14 divided by 8 minus 8. And this will result into -7 divided by 4. So when x is equals to -1, we have -7/4. So with this now, you can see the option, that's option B shows 1, -1, which shows the answer to the question. That's 1, -1 lies on the line 3x minus 8y is equals to 11, because when x is equals to 1, y is equals to -1. The question says we should find the range of the following set of numbers. We have 28, 29, 39, 38. We also have 37, 26, 20, 15, and 25. Now, when we talk of range, what do we mean by range? Range is simply the highest value minus the lowest. Highest value in the term minus the lowest value in the set. So according to this now, this is the highest value, 39, because 39 is the highest value, and the lowest value will be 15. So with respect to that, we can simply evaluate our range to give us 39, and this will be minus 15. 39 minus 15 is 24, and this is equivalent to option B. So all we just need to understand is that the range of a data set is equal to the highest minus the lowest. WAEC 2024 Objective Question 49. The question says, the fourth and the eighth term of an arithmetic progression at 16 and 40 respectively, and we are tasked to find the common difference. Now, in an arithmetic progression, that's AP, the terms are such that A is the first term, D is the common difference, and the nth term, okay, N, okay, before this we have to find what is N. N is the number of terms. So the nth term now, that's Tn, is given as A plus N minus 1D. Similarly, the sum of N terms is N over 2 into 2A plus N minus 1D. We have applied this in one of the questions. I don't remember the number exactly. Now we're given in the question that the fourth term, that's T4, and the eighth term, that's T8, are 16 and 40 respectively. We should find the common difference. Now, how do we evaluate the common difference T? All we just have to do is to apply the nth term formula, that Tn is equals to A plus N minus 1D. Now we want to deal with T4 and T8. So T4, that means N is equals to 4. So wherever we see N, we put 4. That's A plus 4 minus 1D. Similarly, T8, which is what we have here. So T8 means wherever we see N, we will put what? 8. So that's A plus 8 minus 1D. So we can simplify this further, and this would give us A plus 3D, and this will give us A plus 7D. Now the question is, what is T4? T4 from the question, that's the fourth term, is equals to 16, and the eighth term is equals to 40. So now we have two equations. We have that A plus 3D is equals to 16, A plus 7D is equals to 40. Equation 1 and equation 2. So we have two equations, two unknown, and then we want to simplify for D, because the question says we should find the common difference. So let's use elimination method. We subtract equation 2 from equation 1, and A minus A will give us 0. 3D minus 7D would give us minus 4D. Similarly, 16 minus 40 would give us minus 24. So we can find the expression for D, that D will be equals to minus 24 divided by minus 4, and D would be equals to 6. So the common difference is D is equals to 6, which is option B. We can also decide, maybe the question asks us to find A, so we'll just find that A from equation 1 plus 3D is equals to 16. So we make the substitution that A will be equals to 16 minus 3D. So therefore A, the first term, is equals to 16. So wherever we see D, we substitute the value of D. D is equals to 6. So this is 16 minus 18, and this will be equals to minus 2. So we have A to be minus 2. However, the question asks us to just find the common difference, which is D. So what do we use focus on in this question? We focus on the nth term formula of its arithmetic progression. Now let us consider the final question for WAEC 2024 objective section. So that is question number 50. The question reads thus: for what values of y is the expression not defined or undefined, as the case may be? So we have the expression of y plus 2 being divided by 8y squared minus 10y plus 3. Now, an expression is undefined or not defined. It is undefined, which we can also say or not defined, when the denominator is equals to 0. So when the denominator is equals to 0, the expression is undefined. So what we are saying is we are looking for the values such that 8y squared minus 10y plus 3 would be equals to 0. Now all we also have to do now is to factorize this expression, this quadratic equation. You can choose to use the quadratic formula to solve this, but then let's factorize. So 8y squared minus 10y plus 3 is equals to 0. So we have to look for two values such that when we multiply them together, we will have 24y squared, and when we add them together, we will have minus 10y. So those two values will be minus 4y and minus 6y. So we'll have 8y squared minus 4y minus 6y plus 3 to be equals to 0. When we add these two together, we will have minus 10. And when we multiply minus 4 and minus 6 together, we will have 24. So factorizing the first two terms with minus 4y, we will have minus 2y plus 1. And factorizing the next two terms with plus 3, we will also have minus 2y plus 1 to be equals to 0. So we can bring them together and say minus 2y plus 1, also minus 4y plus 3 is equals to 0. We can rearrange this term and say it is 1 minus 2y, and rearrange this term and say it is 3 minus 4y to be equals to 0. So in essence, we're saying 1 minus 2y is equals to 0, or 3 minus 4y is equals to 0. So with this, we can find the values of y for which this expression is correct. So that means 1 minus 2y, 1 will be equals to 2y, and y will be equals to 1 over 2. Or 3 will be equals to 4y, and y will be equals to 3 over 4. So we have two values of y is equals to 1 over 2, comma 3 over 4. And this is represented by option D. So the most important part of this question is understanding when the expression is not defined. It occurs when the denominator is equals to 0.